Coming up on EagleVision News, in the aftermath of the Perez attacks, we'll tell you about the advisory for U.S. travelers.
And El Nino is dropping feet of snow along the Sierra Nevadas. We've got the details.
Also, Thanksgiving is here, and we'll tell you what Biolans are thankful for. All this and more on EagleVision News. Hello and welcome to EagleVision News. I'm Clarke Finney.
And I'm Keri Casey. Our top story tonight. The body of a UCLA grad student missing since November 5th was found over the weekend in the Sierra Nevadas. 25-year-old Michael David Myers was found buried under an avalanche. An intense winter storm hit the area where he was hiking alone in the John Muir Wilderness. Search and rescue crews used sonar technology and a dog team to find Myers' body in a 60 to 70 foot long avalanche area. His mother and the Inyo County Sheriff said the avalanche happened on November 9th, just 2 days before he was going to come home.
And Costco chicken salad has been linked to E. coli outbreak in California as well as other states. Shoppers who purchase chicken salad at any U.S. Costco wholesale on or before Friday have been asked to throw it away. 19 people in 7 states, including California, have contracted E. coli in a breakout directly linked to the salad. The Center for Disease Control reported 5 people have been hospitalized, while 2 have developed kidney failure. The CDC and state health officials are working to determine the exact ingredient that caused the outbreak, but it's been reported that this has nothing to do with a recent case involving Chipotle restaurants.
The U.S. State Department issued a worldwide travel alert from now to February for all U.S. citizens because of terrorism threats. The alert does not instruct Americans to avoid traveling, but authorities say the likelihood of attacks will continue to increase. The alert says ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, and other terrorism groups continue to plan terrorist attacks in multiple areas. There is also a continued threat from single actors who are inspired by these major terrorist organizations and carry out independent attacks. U.S. citizens are advised to exercise caution when in public places or using transportation. It should come as no surprise to any Southern California driver that more than 1/3 of the nation's most congested freeways are in Los Angeles. The American Highway Users Alliance released a study on Monday that names the routes with the most continuous traffic. 11 of the 30 worst so-called bottleneck stretches of highway are in Greater LA. Areas of the 405, 101, and 605 top the list. If time is money, the study says Southern California commuters lose nearly $1.17 billion in lost time every year.
Police say a safety app called LifeSafe is responsible for the arrest of an Uber driver who allegedly sexually assaulted a USC student over the weekend. The student was taking an Uber ride from campus when she said the driver touched her inappropriately. Police stated that when she launched her app, they were able to locate her as well as the driver and initiate a swift arrest. USC Deputy Chief David Carlisle said that 12,000 of USC students are currently active users of the app, and that when activated, it triggers an alert that is immediately transferred to the USC Public Safety Command Center. The school teamed up last year with LifeSafe in order to give students an updated way to stay safe and report crimes. So far, the app has been a success. After 2 years of drought for California ski resorts, El Nino is bringing California a big snow season. Thanks to El Nino, a series of strong storms have blanketed these Sierras with snow. The first storm that hit earlier this month left 36 inches of snow on Mammoth and 16 at Lake Tahoe. Because of this, many ski resorts were able to open early this year. Although the snow is good for California's ski business, it also comes with risks. Officials have already warned travelers of dangerous road conditions across the Sierra this week, and experts say the increase in snow along with large amounts of rain across California is expected to continue into next year. 1 in 4 women are sexually assaulted during their college experience. Reporter Jensen shows us how Biola is spreading awareness about sexual assault.
Bringing awareness to sexual assault was the topic of the night as Biola hosted a screening of the Hunting Ground documentary. Members of the Biola Do Something Club coordinated the event, and over 200 students gathered to watch the movie and learn how it affects students all across the nation.
I'm hoping that we bring students that maybe have never even heard the definition of what sexual assault is, and we engage with them and be able to tell them, like, this is education about sexual assault and what it's like on college campuses.
What we're seeing today has been going on for a very long time on college campuses.
Sexual violence has always been
part of the college experience.
The movie continued to talk about the movement that students are making to hold their attackers and universities accountable for sexual assault incidents.
Students come and talk to me about it because they know my background in gender violence stuff, and so I know it's happening, and so I'm really excited because I feel like this will give the students and the faculty and administration an opportunity to kind of be more clear about what some of the processes are.
Coordinators of the hunting ground screening have set up a panel where students can openly ask questions about sexual assault on college campuses.
Are just reinforcing their need to feel powerful. So it's not love, it's not attraction, it's none of that stuff. It's a power play.
There is a revolution happening on campuses across the country, and I'm very hopeful that this really is our watershed moment.
This is Jennifer Jensen reporting for EagleVision News.
And now Josh Clausen joins us in the studio for a look into sports. Josh, this Bryce Harper guy seems like a real home run pick for the MVP.
Yes, Keri. Bryce Harper becomes the youngest unanimous MVP in baseball history. Harper beat finalists Paul Goldschmidt and Joey Votto, tallying a total of 420 points, 186 points ahead of Goldschmidt, the runner-up. Harper received all 30 first-place votes, making him the 7th unanimous MVP in National League history. Colin Clarke, a 22-year-old man with Down syndrome, appears in Louisville, Kentucky's bodybuilding competition. Clarke spent over a year shaping his body for the event, going from 205 pounds to 145 pounds. The 22-year-old athlete competed in the novice lightweight division and received no special treatment. He took 5th place in the event and fulfilled his childhood dream of becoming a competitive bodybuilder. Upon placing 5th, he received a signed photograph, further encouraging him to chase the dream. Houston Rockets point guard Ty Lawson pleads guilty to drunk driving charges. Lawson was arrested back in January for driving under the influence in Denver, Colorado. Thursday, November 19, he pled guilty to the charges. He was also arrested for drunk driving in Los Angeles this past July and went through 30 days of rehab before the case proceeded. Lawson has since been traded by Denver to the Houston Rockets and now faces up to 180 days of jail time.
Wow, I love that Colin Clarke story. I mean, it's amazing to think about the strength and dedication it takes to even get to one of those competitions. Yeah. Seriously, thank you so much for sharing, Josh. And California's historic drought meets El Nino's historic rainfall. Reporter Jennifer Jensen shows us a unique way that Orange County is collecting stormwater.
El Nino is coming, and with it, we're expecting a lot of water. Where is this water going, and what are we doing to collect it? These are the questions that Californians are asking. This storm is expected to bring heavy rainfall within the next few months, and in the midst of this continuous drought, California is in desperate need of this water. One of the main ways that the water districts are planning on salvaging the water is through a system called recharge basins. What at first looks like a big pit of dirt is actually a groundwater storage system designed to collect excess stormwater. When it rains, the water level will rise significantly. These recharge basins will take water from the Santa Ana River and absorb it into underground aquifers. This allows them to capture stormwater that would otherwise be wasted and flow out to the ocean. They function as long-term storage for the water supply that will eventually be pumped out through wells all across the surrounding cities in California.
To prepare for El Nino and hopefully large rain events and large amounts of stormwater coming down is we have our recharge basins with very little water in them. So we call that the amount of water in storage. And we reduce that in an El Nino type year. We want to have as much available storage space as possible.
The Orange County Water District is currently working with the United States Army Corps to increase the dam water capacity to provide a significant increase in water storage.
It would even allow for more water to be collected in the existing dams because some of these are capped in terms of what they're allowed to store. And in this way, we could take advantage of this El Nino effect, which is going to drop so much water.
When a storm hits, the water rushes the rivers at a high flow rate. The dams help to slow the water down before gradually releasing it into the recharge basins. This diversion will recharge significant amounts of the storm flow into the groundwater basins where it eventually becomes part of the water supply. With El Nino fast approaching, these long-term solutions will help to collect as much excess water as possible. This is Jennifer Jensen reporting for EagleVision News.
Jared Hardy joins us for an update in the gaming world. Jared, I know that E3 happened in June. How are the releases going that have been teased a little bit?
Absolutely, Clark. It's been a great time of year for gamers, where publishers have been pulling out all the stops with new franchises and updates to the old ones. This year has been exceptionally exciting ever since at E3, the gaming convention in June, many games were revealed that had players hyped for the next year or two of releases. For this release season, Activision released their annual Call of Duty installment with Black Ops 3, and Electronic Arts gave Star Wars enthusiasts a treat with the revival of the beloved Battlefront franchise. One of the most successful releases of this year is Fallout 4. Bethesda Game Studios delivered another fantastic installment to the Fallout series with their release of Fallout 4. It has been 5 years since the last Fallout game, and fans around the world let Bethesda know of their appreciation with some staggering record statistics on its launch. Just on its release day, it broke the record for the most concurrent users playing at one time. It currently stands as the #1 selling game on the digital game distribution platform Steam. If exploring a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland interests you, and you either have a strong enough computer or an Xbox One or PlayStation 4 console, you might consider picking this game up. It's certainly worth the $60 price tag. And it's time to dust off those old Final Fantasy X and God of War discs and feel some nostalgia. Recently, Sony announced that they are to add a PlayStation 2 emulator available for download on the current generation console. This will allow users to enjoy their beloved PlayStation 2 games that they likely played while growing up. To start, the emulator only has support for a few Star Wars titles, including Star Wars Starfighter and Star Wars Bounty Hunter, but it's likely to be expanded to run many of the classics of that time. This year certainly has been a great one to be a gamer, especially considering in 2014 there was nothing interesting going on.
Not at all. And I mean, Skyrim was amazing, so it's awesome to see how well Fallout 4 is doing.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for joining us, Jared. Well, we can hardly believe it's Thanksgiving already. Reporter Autumn Whitney takes us around campus to see what Biolans are thankful for.
With the holiday season approaching, we're asking students what they're thankful for. What are you thankful for this holiday season?
I'm thankful for just the solid friends that I've had throughout this semester and my last year. Lots have been going on throughout life, and I'm just glad to have this support group that I've been having on campus. And it's just great to just do life with them together.
Friends, family, and the opportunity to be able to be here at Biola.
My mom and dad, they're very sacrificial. They've given a lot to provide for me and my sisters.
I'm thankful for having a big family that I can get together with and just spend time with during the holidays.
Tea. Professors decided to pile on exams and tests before Thanksgiving, so.
I'm thankful that God is in control.
I'm really thankful for just being able to come to Biola, God, I've honestly seen how God has allowed me to come to Biola because I didn't come from like the best of financial backgrounds, but definitely being able to come to Biola, also being in the community around Biola. I'm also thankful for my family. We've gone through difficult things, but my family's still around and we're still going. So I'm thankful for that.
As for me, I'm thankful for Harry Potter, holiday food, and the chance for some cooler weather. For EagleVision News, I'm Autumn Whitney.
Turkey Day is this Thursday, and I'm so excited to stuff my face.
Yes.
But then right after is Black Friday.
What
are you going to be doing? Are you going to be with your family? Or?
So here's what my Black Friday is going to be looking like. Sleeping in. But then Saturday, I'm hitting up local shops to support local businesses, because that's how I roll.
Oh, that's so nice of you. I prefer Nordstrom's. I'm just kidding. No, I get it. I love the locally owned stores, and they have, items that you can't really find anywhere else. But it also helps support them
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah. So
as much as big businesses get their support. And so I think that's a great idea. And also there's more meaning behind the gift too. It's not just a generic replica.
Yeah, that's what I like. So I hope you'll join me for Saturday's Free.
I'll probably be in a food coma, and I'll also have mashed potatoes and gravy for breakfast. So
cool. So I'll see you at the store. Yeah. Well, Katie Post has the weather forecast for us this week. Katie, how's our Turkey Day looking?
I'm standing in front of the beautiful downtown Los Angeles with mountains in the background with, yes, snow on them, which is awesome. And hopefully El Nino will be bringing us more of that this coming winter to help pull us out of that drought we've been facing for the past 5 years in Los Angeles. But right now, let's take a look at today's forecast. This morning, we had a sunrise at 6:20 in the morning with a temperature of 48 degrees, peaking on up to 67 this afternoon and dipping down to 49 degrees this evening with the sunset at 4:52 p.m. Now let's look at the national currents. As we can see, cold is coming in. We have 16 degrees up on the Canadian border and 42 degrees down in California. And as we can see, some of the hotter temperatures are down in southern Texas and down in Miami at 74 degrees. Now let's look at this week's forecast. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we see that we have mid-60 degree temperatures. Oh, Thursday, Turkey Day. Write it down, don't forget. And going into Saturday and Sunday, we have 63 degrees, 65 degrees, Monday, 68 degrees, and Tuesday, 71 degrees. Back to you, girls.
That's all we have for you this week, but join us outside on Metzger Lawn for our last show in a couple of weeks.
And tune in for a review of the semester's new chapel policy. Was it a fail or a win?
And we've got an end of the season look at Biola Soccer.
Keep up with us during the week. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at BiolaEV. Subscribe on YouTube and you won't miss our last show.
We'll see you in 2 weeks and have a happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.